So welcome back. Today we are going to try to write a Java program that allows the user to generate arithmetic tables, uh, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The program should take the user's choice of operation, a number, and a range as an input, and display the corresponding table. Meaning, a user should be able to generate an addition table, subtraction table, a multiplication table, or name it a division table basing on the number that he wants. Let me say he wants a multiplication table for 5. A user should be able to insert any number and we generate a multiplication table or an addition table, subtraction table, or multiplication plus division. This should apply to all operations for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, meaning the user should be able to insert the desired operation, the number plus the range where he wants to stop. Let me say he wants to generate a multiplication table from 1 to 10, meaning he should insert the range. So let's dive in and we try to write this program. So first of all, we shall begin by getting the input from the user. So I'll first create an instance, and remember to get a user input, we use a Java utility from Java utility called scanner. We access the scanner. So in this case, we're going to create an instance for the scanner. Then create new instance. So in this instance, call the scanner. So inside here, we shall say scanner is equal to system dot in. So we have successfully created a new scanner instance, meaning we can use this instance whenever we want to get whenever we want to get a user input. So in this case, we shall begin by getting the operations, what the user wants. So I'll come here, say the user should first of all, the user should first give us the operation, what he wants. Does he want addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? So I'll come, in this case, the user should be able to insert the desired operation that he wants. So I'll use the character. Remember, the character data type only helps us to access one single character, meaning a user should insert one character. The user can insert a plus symbol, a minus symbol, a division symbol, something like that. But the character data type takes only one character, meaning in this case, a user shouldn't. Why am I using the character? The user shouldn't be able to insert two or more, meaning the user should insert either addition, subtraction, or multiplication, or division, not all. So I'll use a character. So in this case, I'll call so I'll say this is my variable, this is the operation that the user is inserting. So I'll call the scanner dot next, and in this case, I'm getting a string from the user dot character, and we are getting one character. So when you pass 0 in programming, we begin to count from 0, 1, 2. We begin from 0. So 0 represents 1 in this case. So when I say next, next will turn a string. In this case, on the string, I only want one character. So up here, I'll notify a user. So I'll say system.print out, please enter the desired operation, e.g. write that to plus to represent addition, minus to represent subtraction, star to represent multiplication, and slash to represent division. So in this case, let me try to adjust this and you see. So in this case, the user should be able to, these are the characters that we want the user to insert. And here down, a user is going to be able to insert using this line of code. We have accessed the scanner. The scanner is a Java utility that helps us to pick a user input. So from the scanner, we have used this character data type. The character data type only helps us to get one character from the user. So in this case, we only want one. That's why I'm passing 0. And remember, uh, in programming or in Java, we use indexes. So we begin from 0, 0, from, we begin from 0 while counting. So meaning we shall begin from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this case, 0 will represent 1. So we only want one character. So the next thing that I will do, we want the number. Remember the question. The program should take the user's choice of operation. This is done, and a number, the number that he wants to generate a multiplication table, or a division table, or an addition table. So in this case, I'll first prompt the user up here. Please enter your number that we are going to use to generate. So in this case, the number should be an integer. So int, I can call this choice. The user is choice is equal to. I can use the scanner. Remember, the scanner is the one helping us to get user input is equal to next integer. In this case, we are going to get an integer from the user, not a character. For the character, you can use .next, but for the integer, you can use next int, meaning the integer. This should match the data type. If you try to insert something different, you will see that it won't accept, because here you are telling it that we are accepting, we are requiring an integer, and here you are trying to pass a character, which is a string, and cannot not accept. So in this case is an integer. So the next thing is we are after getting the number, we should get the range where the table or the multiplication or the division table should stop. So I'll say I'll use this here. Please enter your range. In this case, I'll say integer is equal to range where the program should stop. Remember, we shouldn't generate an infinity time table, an infinity multiplication table, or an infinity addition table. We should have where to stop. So in this case, the user should tell us where does he want to stop the program. So in this case, I'll use a scanner. The user input is equal to next integer. Please enter a sorry. This is scanner is equal to next int. We are expecting an integer from the user. So after getting all this, the next thing is that let me see if this works as expected. Java demo.java. Then try to compile and run this and we see. Please enter the desired operation. So in this case, I can write addition, but I cannot. I think this. Let me try this again. In this case, let me compile. I can write an addition symbol, which is okay. When I press enter, I can write in a number, select 70. I can write the range, which is like 20. You can see that, yeah, our operations are working really well. So now let me go to the part where I have to generate the arithmetic table basing on what the user has inserted. So in this case, I use a for loop to loop through the numbers to look through the choice and the range. So I'll use a for loop. So I'll say for, in this case, I use int is equal to set our variable to 1. So we already know the range whereby our loop should stop, or whereby the loop shouldn't go beyond. So I will say our variable, this one, the one that we have set previously, is equal to, we set the condition, this shouldn't go beyond the range. Remember the range, where am I getting the range? This is the range that I'm getting, the one that the user has inserted, meaning when we are looping all through the numbers, the loop shouldn't go beyond this range, meaning this is our condition. So after writing our condition, we shall call the increment, which will be incrementing our variable in this case. So after we open, so after writing our for loop, remember we have to use an operation whereby we have to know which operation has the user inserted. Does the user want a plus, minus, multiplication, or division? So in this case, inside our for loop, we shall use an if statement or a switch statement. But let me use a switch statement in this case. In the previous video, I used if statements. So let me try to use switch statements and we see how it works. So I use switch keyword. So inside the switch, remember the switch takes in the case. In this case, which is our operation here. So I will say operation inside here, the switch operation. So I'll use the case. The case is the one that we are going to compare what the user has inserted. So in this case, I'll do like this. As the user inserted a plus symbol, else inside, if the user is, or if the operation is equal to the plus symbol, we shall be able to do something here. But remember, we are in the operation, it is a character. So I will say this is characters, take two, not two double quotes, but one double quote. That's what we are expecting. So if it is a plus, what should we do? In this case, I will say system.printout. We'll print out the number is choice. What are we doing in this case? We are adding plus. I'm adding, sorry. In this case, I'm adding. What am I adding? So here I'm just concatenating the number because we have to generate a nice table. So I'll say number plus concatenating. What am I adding? I'm adding our variable in this case. This variable. Remember, the variable is going to be incrementing. It's going to be incrementing each time the loop runs, or each time it loops through the numbers. But remember, it shouldn't go over the range. Meaning, in this case, I can write the number, which is represented by the variable called I. So is equal to number is equal to. So here is the actual part that we do our addition. So in this case, I will say, what are we adding? We are adding what are we adding? We are adding our choice plus the number of loops. Remember, the variable is going to be incrementing until we reach this range. So in this case, we shall add our variable like that to get the desired output. So if the case is equal to addition, which is represented by the plus symbol, we shall begin by what? We shall show the user the choice plus we are adding the number. In this case, give here some space. We are adding the number, which is represented by our variable, the I, is equal to the choice plus the variable, which is going to be incremented by our variable. So in this case, I'll say break. we break. After everything is okay, we should break out of the case. So let me try to run this and I see run, but I should show here before I should show here some output. So here I'll tell the user your generated table is, yeah, this before the loop start I should show the user this alert somewhere. So let me compile and run this. Please enter the desired operation. In this case I only have one operation, which is the plus symbol. Enter, please enter the number, enter 2. The range I want from 2 to generate me a table to 10th number, then press enter. Oh, so you will see that it is generating, it generated, but it is over repeating itself because of this statement that I used. So I can cut this because it is inside the loop. So each and every time it is looping through the numbers, it is also generating this, which I don't want. So I can put that outside. I can come, compile again, then run. Please enter our operation. Please enter the number used to enter. Range I want to 10. Yeah, you see your generated table is 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Yeah, you can see that our table is being generated as expected. So can't you see that what will I, okay, I'll see that in the coming minutes. So you can see that we have successfully generated our addition table. So let me do for the rest. So in this case I'll come here after the break, say case, if case is equal to the next symbol it has to the subtraction. Case is equal to subtraction. So I can reuse this somewhere here down. Use this symbol. I say system.print. In this case we are subtracting. So break out of the what? Out of the case or the switch if everything is okay. So in this case the next symbol that I will do is the multiplication. So I will say case is equal to multiplication. So if multiplication is okay, I will use this again. In this case we are multiplying. I'm going to explain more the switch statements, and if you are not familiar with the switch statements, I already have a video explaining the switch statements. You can go and look at it. So after here I'll break, and the last one is I'll use case. The last one is a division. So we are going to divide. In this case if case is equal to this, in this case we are dividing. Yeah, we are dividing, but for the division remember, okay, we shall see that in the coming. Then after we should break. So what if, and we should handle an instance whereby a user doesn't or fails to or writes another operation besides this. This is what I was waiting for. So in this case we shall remove this and tell the user please enter a valid, please enter a valid operation. Yeah, so that will be our default. So to explain this in a minute, how does the switch statement work? The switch statement is only checking when you pass the operation. In this case the operation is what we got from the user. The user should give us either addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So we use this operation. So in this case we shall use the case. The case compares the operation and the case that we are inserting here. So the operation should match the addition, the operation should match the subtraction, the operation should match multiplication, like that. And if it matches, if it manages to match the case. In this case, if the operation manages to match our case, we should print out this, and after we should break out of the switch statement. That's the importance of the break keyword. If you don't insert the break keyword, it will continue processing others, but we only want to break if the case matches the operation. And if the user does not insert the desired operation, we should show him the default path. So that will happen to all the cases. Shall go on checking. If this doesn't match, it will go to another case like that until it finds a perfect match. So let us try to explain. Let me explain this a bit further. Int the for loop. We are all familiar with the loop. The loop, you first initialize your variable. After, in this case, you set your condition. After, this is going to be the increment. The increment is the actual loop, the one making our loop to run each and every time. This is going to be increasing our number by 1, but basing on this condition, it has to stop somewhere. So each and every time it is increasing, it is going to be running our operations down here. So meaning it is going to be looping each and every time, and it is going to be changing our number. So each and every time it increases our number, it's the number that we use in this case. So in this case, it will be increasing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we shall get the number that it is increasing, and we do some operation basing on what the user has inserted. So we call the choice that the user gave us. We do, basing on the case, we do the operation that we want, either addition, either subtraction, multiplication, or division. So let us test this program and we see if it is working. Java demo and run. Please insert desired. So in this case, I use a star to represent my multiplication. Enter. I want to generate a multiplication table. I want to generate two multiplication table. Enter. A range, I want a multiplication table. A range to 20. Let me say 20. Then enter. Yeah, you see that my multiplication table has been generated successfully, because this is the one running. In this case, the break keyword here, we are comparing and it is finding the star. So we are multiplying the choice that the user has inserted and our initialized value in our loop, which is going to be added by the increment symbol. And each and every time that it is adding, it is looping through the numbers, successfully printing out this. Yeah. So someone can ask, how are we generating these in this case? So we are managing to generate this simply because, but this should be multiplication, not addition. Meaning we should change this to subtraction, change this to multiplication is represented by an x. We should change this to division, like that. Let me run again. In this case, I'm just concatenating the choice. Let me run, like explain. Run. I want a multiplication. I want to multiply, and the number I want to multiply is, or the number I want to generate the multiplication table is, the range is 20. So you see that we have successfully. So someone might ask, what is happening here? What I'm doing, I'm getting our choice. Remember the choice that I inserted in our print keyword, putting the symbol. In this case, this is the symbol for multiplication using a string, but these plus symbols are only helping me to concatenate the symbol. So I'm concatenating the choice, which is the first one, the symbol, which is represented by an x, plus our increment. Our increment is this initialized value that I used in my loop. Then later, doing the operation after everything. So that's how everything is being worked upon. So let me try to use a division symbol and we see. So I want to divide, the number I want to divide is 10, enter. The range is to 30. You see that we are getting 0, we are getting 1, we are getting 10, in this case 5. This is, and the rest we are getting 0, because you might find a number, and the number can return a what? A remainder. So in this case, we are only managing to get remainders in this case. So what will I do? I'll first come here, and I'll do what we call typecasting. I have to change this type. So I will say I have to change this type to help me facilitate a number whereby we have the remainders. So I'll use I'll use our float. I can change this to float or double. I can use the double in this case. User can insert more because the double facilitates more numbers than float. So compile, divide, please enter your desired number, like 20, range 40, and you see that we are successfully printing out all the division plus its remainders. So that's how you can use, or that's our program for today. Thank you.